Let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you could walk up to any woman, anywhere, and start a conversation without fear? Sounds impossible, right?
Wait, don't click away, because in the next few minutes, we're going to show you that it's not impossible at all. In fact, every confident guy you've ever seen talking to women, they all started out nervous too.
And here's the real hook. Talking to women isn't about cheesy pickup lines, six-pack abs, or a fat bank account. It's about learning how to be confident in your own skin. And once you know that, fear starts to fade.
So stick around, because in this video, we're breaking down exactly how to talk to women, step by step, even if your hands are sweaty, your voice shakes, and your brain screams at you to run away.
Okay, James, let's get real. Why is it so hard for guys to talk to women in the first place?
Great question. And guys, I want you to listen closely. The reason you feel afraid to talk to women isn't because you're weak, it's because your brain is wired to avoid rejection. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your tribe meant you could literally be left to survive alone. Your brain still treats rejection as danger, even though in today's world, rejection just means someone says no thanks.
Exactly. So if you've ever felt your heart racing, your palms sweating, or your mind going blank before talking to a woman, congratulations, you're 100% normal.
Let's imagine you're at a coffee shop. You see a woman across the room. She's got that smile, maybe reading a book you like, and you think, wow, I'd love to talk to her. But instead of moving, you freeze.
And suddenly all the what-ifs start screaming in your head. What if she rejects me? What if I say something stupid? What if people are watching?
Sound familiar? If so, type yes in the comments right now. You are not alone.
The first step to overcoming fear is realizing this. Even the smoothest, most confident guys felt that fear at some point. The difference is they learned how to manage it instead of letting it control them.
Here's a myth we need to crush. Confidence doesn't mean you feel zero fear. Confidence means you feel the fear and move forward anyway.
Think about when you jump into a cold swimming pool. Standing on the edge feels terrifying, but the second you jump in, the fear vanishes. Talking to women works the same way. The scariest part is right before you say anything.
Exactly. So don't wait for some magical day when you'll feel fearless. That day never comes. Instead, practice taking action while fear is still there. That's real confidence.
Now let's talk about something super important: mindset. So many men treat women like there's some kind of exam they need to pass. Like she's holding a clipboard, grading his height, his shoes, and his jokes.
And that mindset is what makes you freeze. Here's the truth. Women aren't tests. They're human beings. They laugh, they cry, they get nervous too.
And yes, even the beautiful women you think are out of your league feel insecure sometimes. So when you walk up to a woman, you're not walking into an interview. You're starting a conversation with another person.
Here's a little reframe that can change your life. Don't think I have to impress her. Think I want to see if we vibe. That one shift makes you more relaxed, natural, and yes, more attractive.
Let me tell you about a guy I once coached. Let's call him Alex. Alex was 30, worked as an engineer, and he swore he just couldn't talk to women. He told me, "Sarah, I always picture them rolling their eyes or laughing at me."
And here's the twist. When I asked him if that had ever happened, he admitted, well, no, not once.
Exactly. His fear wasn't reality. It was just a scary movie his brain kept playing. Once he realized that, he started practicing simple hello conversations. And guess what? Most women smiled back. Some even kept the conversation going.
That's the power of changing your mindset. You stop imagining the worst case scenario and you start giving yourself a chance.
Quick pause. Guys, if this is already helping you, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more men who need this advice. And comment below, what's the #1 fear you feel before talking to a woman? I promise, you'll see you're not the only one.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Okay, James, this all sounds good, but I'm still scared. What do I actually do?
Great question. And the answer is start small. Don't jump into trying to have a deep conversation right away. Begin with tiny, low-pressure interactions. Say hello to the cashier at the grocery store. Ask your barista how their day is going. Compliment someone's jacket. These are all mini practice sessions.
Each time you do this, you're teaching your brain that starting conversations doesn't lead to disaster. Over time, fear shrinks. And here's the bonus. Even if you don't meet women through these small interactions, you're building social confidence that will help everywhere.
James, can we clear up a big misconception? Because a lot of men think women only want guys who are super smooth talkers with endless confidence.
Yeah, and that's just not true. Most women aren't looking for a stand-up comedian or a walking dictionary. What women want is simple. A man who is genuine, who listens, and who makes them feel comfortable.
Exactly. You don't need a script. You don't need to memorize pickup lines. What matters most is showing up as yourself, relaxed and curious about the other person.
So let's break it down. When women are asked what makes a man attractive in conversation, they usually mention these three things: confidence, not arrogance, a sense of humor, and good listening skills.
And notice something, none of those things cost money. None of those things require being the best looking guy in the room. They're skills anyone can learn.
Here's where a lot of guys trip up. They go into conversations thinking, I need to impress her so she'll like me.
But when you're trying too hard to impress, you come across as fake. Women pick up on that instantly. Instead, shift your mindset. You're not there to win her over. You're there to connect.
Yes, when you're focused on connection instead of performance, you naturally relax. You ask better questions, you listen more. You're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're actually present. And women can feel that difference. Connection is way more attractive than performance.
Okay, let's get practical. How do you actually start a conversation with a woman? Here's the secret. It doesn't matter what the first words are. What matters is the vibe behind them. If you walk up with a friendly smile and genuine energy, even a simple, "Hi, how's your day going?" works.
Exactly. You don't need a magic line. Think of conversation starters like opening a door. The point isn't the door, it's what happens after you walk through it.
Here are a few easy conversation starters you can try. "Hey, I noticed you're reading that book. How is it?" This line is taking forever, right? At least we got company. "Hi, I don't think we've met yet. I'm James."
And remember, it's not about the perfect words. It's about showing confidence by taking the first step.
"James, remember that story you told me about your college days? The one where you completely blanked when you tried to talk to a woman?"
Oh man, yeah. So there was this girl in the library I wanted to talk to. I walked over, and when I opened my mouth, nothing came out. Total blank. I panicked and said, do you like books?
That's adorable.
And you know what? She actually laughed, said, yes, I like books. That's why I'm here. And then we started chatting. The point is, even a messy start can turn into a good conversation if you keep it light.
Exactly. Women aren't grading you on perfect sentences. They're responding to your energy, your confidence, and your willingness to engage.
Now, here's something most men don't realize. You don't have to talk a lot to impress a woman. In fact, sometimes the less you talk, the more she likes you.
That's because real listening is rare. Most people don't really listen. They're just waiting for their turn to speak. But when you genuinely listen to a woman, when you look her in the eye, nod, and respond to what she says, she feels valued.
Right. Try this. Instead of planning your next line in your head, focus on one thing she says and ask a follow-up question. For example, if she says, "I love hiking," don't just say, "Cool." Ask, "What's your favorite trail?" or "How did you get into hiking?"
That makes the conversation flow naturally. And it shows her that you're not just talking to fill silence, you're actually interested in who she is.
Quick check-in. Guys, if you're finding these tips helpful, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss the next videos we drop here on Modern Love Talk.
Let's talk about humor. James, why do women always say they want a guy who makes them laugh?
Because laughter builds connection instantly. When you make someone laugh, they relax, they feel good, and they associate those good feelings with you.
And you don't have to be a professional comedian. It's not about delivering punchlines. It's about being playful, making light comments, or joking about everyday things.
For example, if you're both waiting in a long line, you could say, "I think we'll grow old before we get to the front." It's simple, it's relatable, and it breaks the ice.
And here's a bonus tip. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself a little. Self-deprecating humor, when used lightly, shows you're confident enough not to take yourself too seriously.
Exactly. If you spill your drink, don't panic. Just smile and say, "Well, I wanted to make a splash tonight."
See? Easy, charming, and real. Tell us in the comments which one scares you more. Starting the conversation or keeping it going after hello. We'd love to hear.
All right, Sarah, we've talked about what works, but let's flip the script. What are the mistakes guys make when trying to talk to women?
Oh, where do I start? Okay, mistake number 1, talking too much. Some guys think if they keep talking, she won't notice they're nervous. But guess what? She notices.
Right. It's like turning on a fire hose of words. You're not having a conversation, you're performing. And women don't want a performance, they want a connection.
Mistake number 2, acting like someone you're not, pretending to be more confident, richer, or cooler than you actually are. That might work for 5 minutes, but eventually the truth comes out.
Exactly. Authenticity beats pretending every time. And here's a big one. Mistake number 3, approaching with an agenda. If your only goal is to get her number or seal the deal, she'll feel it and it kills the vibe.
Instead, focus on enjoying the conversation itself. The outcome will flow naturally from there.
Now, let's talk about the secret weapon, practice. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build one small step at a time.
Yes, I tell guys this all the time. Don't wait until you see your dream woman at the cafe to practice talking. Start with tiny interactions every day.
Say good morning to your neighbor, chat with the cashier, ask the waiter how their day is. These little reps build social muscles. And when it's time to talk to a woman you're attracted to, it won't feel like climbing Mount Everest, it'll feel natural.
And here's something interesting. Studies showed that exposure therapy is one of the best ways to reduce fear. That means the more you face your fear in small doses, the smaller it gets over time.
So don't pressure yourself to be perfect on day 1. Just start practicing. Every conversation you have is a win.
Let me share a quick story about one of my clients, Daniel. He was terrified of talking to women, so I gave him a challenge. For 1 week, say hello to at least 3 strangers a day.
And guess what happened? By day 5, Daniel wasn't just saying hello, he was having real conversations. On day 7, he went to his favorite coffee shop, complimented a woman's scarf, and they ended up talking for 20 minutes. She gave him his number.
And the best part, he told me, I realized it wasn't about the perfect line. It was about being brave enough to start.
Boom. That's exactly the point. Confidence grows through action. Let's do a little role play. Pretend you just met me at a bookstore. Show the guys how to keep things flowing naturally.
All right, here goes. Hey, I couldn't help but notice you're looking at that mystery novel. Have you read anything else by this author?
Yeah, I actually just finished one of their older books. It was pretty good.
Nice! I've been meaning to check them out. Do you usually go for mysteries or do you mix it up?
Mostly mysteries, but sometimes I like romance novels too.
Romance, huh? So if I ask your top 3 romance novels, would I need to take notes?
Maybe. I've got a whole list.
See, that's how simple it can be. You just ask questions, respond naturally, and add a playful twist here and there.
And notice what James didn't do. He didn't panic about the perfect line. He listened, asked, and built on what I said.
Guys, if you're finding this roleplay helpful, drop a comment below and tell us, should we do more real-life conversation examples in future videos?
And don't forget to hit like. It really helps the channel grow and lets us know you want more of this content.
James, we can't ignore body language because honestly, how you say something is often more important than what you say.
Exactly. Stand tall, shoulders back, don't fidget, make eye contact, not staring like a statue, but enough to show you're present.
And don't forget the smile. A genuine smile is like a green light. It signals warmth and friendliness.
Right, you could say the most basic line, but if your body language shows confidence, she'll feel it.
Here's another tip guys forget. Silence is not your enemy. Sometimes a short pause actually makes you seem more confident.
Totally. Nervous guys tend to fill every gap with words, but confident guys, they're comfortable with a little pause. It gives space and it keeps things natural.
So next time you're talking, don't rush. Take a breath. Let the moment breathe. It makes you more grounded and it makes her feel more relaxed too.
Before we wrap this section, we have to address the big elephant in the room: rejection.
Yes, guys fear it so much that they don't even try. But here's the truth. Rejection is not the end of the world. It's just part of the process.
If she's not interested, it doesn't mean you're worthless. It just means she's not your match. And guess what? That frees you up to find someone who is.
Exactly. Think about it this way. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Rejection isn't failure. The only failure is not trying at all.
So look, the truth is, talking to women doesn't have to feel like climbing Mount Everest. It's not about memorizing cheesy pickup lines or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing up as yourself, relaxed, curious, and confident enough to enjoy the conversation.
Exactly. And the funny thing, once you stop making it about winning her over and start making it about simply connecting, that's when women actually like you more. It's a paradox, but it's true.
And if you think about it, all the little tools we've talked about, smiling, asking simple questions, using pauses, practicing with strangers, they're not just dating tricks, they're life skills. They make you better at talking to anyone, not just women.
Right. The confidence you build here flows into job interviews, friendships, family, even just the way you carry yourself through the world.
So don't overthink it. Start small, practice daily, and remember, confidence grows in action, not in your head.
And hey, if you're curious about taking this further, we've got plenty more to dive into, because this is just the start of mastering connection.
Trust me, once you start applying this, your conversations will change. Women will notice, and honestly, you'll notice yourself changing too.